Yellowknife Public Library presents Holiday Storytime Online. Please sit back and enjoy some wonderful holiday tales read to you by the staff of the Yellowknife Public Library. Hey everyone, my name's Chris and I'm going to read you a wonderful brand new story written this Christmas season. It is called 20 Big Trucks in the Middle of Christmas. It was written by Mark Lee, illustrated by Kurt Cyrus, and was published by Candlewick Press in 2021. Here we go, 20 Big Trucks in the Middle of Christmas. One donut truck on a cold winter day drives into town and parks and stays. It's Christmas time, so don't be late. We watch and shiver as we wait. Snow in the mountains, ice on the roads. We'll need big trucks to bring big loads. A snowplow and a sander are trucks 2 and 3. And truck number 4 brings our evergreen tree. Truck 5 is a digger with a big earth drill that cuts a hole into the ground. 6 is a crane that lifts our tree high and ever so carefully brings it down. Honk, honk! Make way for trucks 7, 8, and 9 with silver flakes and golden bells and strings of lights that shine. Our Christmas tree is green and tall. String the lights, just please don't fall. A hook and a ladder, but there's no fire. Truck 10 helps them reach much higher. We count each truck and say their names. Boom Truck 11 has a basket crane. A stake truck carries a holiday band, 3 elves and a dancing snowman. "13, 14, 15 bring a Christmas village built for fun. 16 pulls a generator, switch it on to make things run. The choir van broke down, won't go, but tow truck 17 saves the show. A flatbed carries Santa's sleigh. All 18 trucks, please go this way. Count kids and dads and babies and mamas, and truck 19 with Christmas llamas. Look at those llamas in the truck. Now raise the star up, up, up. Then down, and with a crash, it hits the ground. No star to top our Christmas tree? Will they listen? Can they see? Stop! Look! Hear our plan. Could we? Should we? Yes, we can. What do you think the kids have thought of? Let's see. The donut is wrapped with red and green lights. The power clicks on and our tree glows bright. One last truck, no time to pause. A pickup truck brings Santa Claus. Here he is right there in his pickup truck. Now, friends and family, sing and witness. 20 big trucks in the middle of Christmas. Have a donut, please. Hot chocolate, too. Merry Christmas to mamas and llamas and you. And that was 20 big trucks in the middle of Christmas. I hope you enjoyed it.
Well, ho 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 and Merry Christmas. Today our story is Pig the Elf by Aaron Blabby. Let's see what trouble Pig's getting into for the holidays. Oh, Christmas Eve, that most merry of nights, the carols, the baubles, the small twinkly lights. Santa was coming, 'twas bigger than big, but no one was feeling more festive than Pig. Oh, how he loved Christmas, he'd chortle with glee. The presents for me, 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 me. He'd written his list and he'd asked for a lot. But Santa takes orders, so why on earth not? And Pig says, I want a motorbike, a rocket, a drum kit, a pony, a skateboard, a candy floss maker. His little friend Trevor here says, Dear Santa, may I please have something nice for Christmas? From Trevor, P.S. I love you. Oh, he just couldn't wait. He was itching for loot. He couldn't sit still in his little red suit. The presents, he muttered again. When will he get here? When? Tell me when. Well, he'll come when we sleep, said his lovely friend Trevor. But Pig shouted, Sleep? I'll have none whatsoever. Sleep is for fools. Oh yes, sleep is for losers. I won't go to bed with the rest of you snoozers. I'm sitting up late. I'll be here when he comes. I swear by these stockings and gingerbread crumbs. And so Trevor went dutifully off to his bed, but naughty old Pig, he stayed up, just like he said. The waiting was endless, but Pig held his ground, and then at 3:33 he heard a strange sound. And who should appear down the chimney with swag but a portly old gent with a lumpy red bag. He piled up some presents, marked Trevor and Pig, then he picked up his milk and he took a quick swig. But then as he turned to go back on his way, a short cranky dog appeared shouting out, Hey! I asked for more, bellowed Pig in dismay, but Santa turned tail and was scuttling away. Hey, shouted Pig, I'm not done with you, chum. And then he nipped poor old Santa's big rosy red bum. Up through the chimney and out to the sleigh, Pig held on tight, you're not getting away. I asked for a mountain of presents and loot, so where's the rest, you old Yuletide galoot? But the sleigh took off fast. Gee, those reindeer were speedy. And away fell our guest. Yes, the one who was greedy. But as Trevor lay dreaming of holiday cheer, a real Christmas miracle happened right here. Yes, Pig must be blessed. He survived that big drop and was saved by a tree and the angel on top. Oh, Merry Christmas from Pig, Trevor, and all of us here at the Yellowknife Public Library.
Hi everyone, my name is Brittany and I work at the Yellowknife Public Library. Today I'm going to read you one of my favorite Christmas books, Grumpy Monkey, Oh No, Christmas! But first, a sip of hot mint tea. Yum. Grumpy Monkey, Oh No, Christmas! By Suzanne Lang, illustrated by Max Lang. published by Random House Studio in 2021. This is a new book. It was a grisly, drizzly December day, just as it had been all week. Jim Pansy wasn't in the mood to celebrate. Can it be nice for one stinking day? Jim sighed and set out into the wet in search of breakfast. But when he finally found a banana, it was green. Ah, figures, said Jim as he tossed the banana aside.
You gonna eat this?
Asked his neighbor Norman. No, said Jim, it's not ripe.
Then it'll ripen in your stomach,
said Norman. You didn't even peel it, said Jim.
The peel's where all the vitamins are,
said Norman.
I don't think that's true,
said Water Buffalo from beneath a tree. Who cares if it's true, said Oxpecker. It's almost Christmas and everyone knows green bananas are more Christmassy than yellow ones because green is a Christmas color. I'm so excited for Christmas! The weather stinks. The bananas stink. What's there to celebrate when everything stinks? Snapped Jim. Nothing to celebrate. Oxpecker couldn't believe it. But it's such a magical time of year. There's presents and visiting relatives and decorations.
Oh no, not decorations, said Water Buffalo.
Of course decorations, chirped Oxpecker as she wrapped some berries around Water Buffalo's horns. Decorations help spread Christmas cheer. See, Jim, don't you feel like celebrating now? No, said Jim, and he stomped away. Jim was so busy stomping he didn't notice Marabou. Why are you stomping around, Jim? Asked Marabou. You should celebrate. It's such a magical time of year. Celebrate? Me? I don't feel like celebrating, said Jim. Maybe a song will help. Fa la 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 la. Ah! Jim held his ears and stomped on, right into a puddle of mud.
Hooray, Jim, you're just in time to enjoy some of the holiday treats, croaked the frogs.
Nothing makes you want to celebrate like a little fly pot pie, am I right? Said Bullfrog. Celebrate? Me? I don't feel like celebrating, said Jim. Everyone wanted Jim to enjoy this magical time of year. You should wrap presents and put them under a tree. You should make a card for your mom. Don't forget about your dad. You should take a long winter's nap. You should light 7 candles, or 9. You should quietly reflect. You should eat sugar plums. You should do something nice for someone else. But Jim didn't feel like doing any of that. Why aren't you celebrating, Jim? Asked the others. It's such a magical time of year. The bananas aren't ripe. I'm soaked and covered in mud. This fly is driving me crazy and you're all giving me a headache. How can I celebrate when everything stinks? Jim is not having a good day. And he stormed off. Jim tried to ignore all the holiday celebrations, but he couldn't ignore the rumbling in his tummy. Maybe Norman's right. Maybe the banana will ripen in my stomach. He peeled a green banana and ate it. Oh, Norman wasn't right.
Norman wasn't right about what?
Asked Norman. About the bananas, said Jim. Now my stomach hurts, and I still have a headache, and I'm muddy and wet. And come to think of it, I'm cold too. Not to mention this fly won't leave me alone. How can anyone celebrate when everything stinks?
It sounds like you could use some tea,
said Norman. Tea, said Jim. I don't like tea.
Have you ever tried it?
Said Norman. No, said Jim.
Maybe give it a try,
suggested Norman. Jim took a sip of the tea. It warmed him all the way down to his tummy. In fact, it started to make his tummy feel better.
It's made with mint leaves that grow right here. Pretty nice, huh?
Said Norman. I never noticed the mint leaves, said Jim.
They do a good job of blending in,
said Norman. Can I get that for you? Said Chameleon. Thanks, said Jim. I guess there are a lot of things that I haven't noticed.
It can be hard to notice things when you got a lot of complaints,
said Norman. Jim looked around. He noticed how pretty the raindrops looked on the leaves, and that the holiday tree made a pretty good umbrella. and that he was surrounded by loved ones.
Taking time to notice the good things can make all your problems seem smaller,
Said Norman. Jim agreed. And that was a reason to celebrate. The end. Merry Christmas, everyone.
Hi boys and girls, my name is John Mudford. I'm the library manager at Yellowknife Public Library, and I have a very special Christmas story to read to you today. It's called Musseltoe, and it's by Margie Palatini, and it's illustrated by Henry Cole. And Musseltoe was published by Hyperion Books for Children in New York. 'Twas the season, and Moose was merry. He joyfully tickled the ivories with a tuneful of tidings and a flurry of fa-la-las. He was so full of ho-ho-hos, even his moustache had the holiday spirit. But Moose was more than just a bit merry and bright. He was busy, busy, busy. There was a lot to be done on his list of to-dos. But with orderly organization, a bit of regimentation, lots of imagination, and just plain old Moose know-how, getting ready for the big day should have been simple, easy, yes, in all probability, just perfectly perfect. He wasted not one merry minute. Moose got moving, and he put some hustle into the holiday bustle. He went to work. He wrote cards and letters till his hooves hurt. Check. He shopped till he dropped. Check. He hauled home boxes and bags and presents galore. Moose had gifts for everyone stacked from ceiling to floor. Check, check, check. Then he wrapped, yo, 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 and he ribboned, ho, 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 and on each and every package he tied a big, beautiful bow. Check and double check. So far, so simple, so easy, so perfectly perfect. Another look at the list, and Moose headed for the kitchen. He pulled out the pots, pans, and bowls, sifted through stacks and racks of cookbooks. He whisked with his left, spooned with his right. Moose baked tons of tins of cookies. Check. Dozens of cakes, breads, and sweets. Check, check, check. He made jellies, sticky jams. Moose roasted a goose and some chestnuts. He toasted marshmallows and yams. Check, check, check. Triple check. Yes, yes, so simple, so easy, and, but of course, so perfectly perfect. Decorations were up next on his list of things to do and get done, so Moose decked the halls, then spruced up the walls. He beaded, bowed, and Musseltoed. He gathered garlands, roped wreaths, and holly, jingled bells, sang Noels. Oh, good golly, this Moose was jolly. Check, 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 check. Last but not least, he hung all the stockings, each and every one with special care. And just in time, too. Santa soon would be there. Check and final check. Yes, sirree, getting ready for Christmas was an absolute snap. And so simple, so easy. And if he did say so himself, Moose thought totally, utterly, completely, perfectly perfect. Wonder if he's forgetting anything. On that night before Christmas, Mother, little Sissy, Bucky, and Junior looked all through the house. What a job Moose had done! Everything looked bountiful, festive, quite fine indeed. There was just one minor problem, if you will. Oh dear, sighed the missus as the five stared at one empty corner. Oh my, oh me, oh gee. Pop, what happened? Cried Junior. You forgot the tree. Oops. Where would they hang the tinsel, string the popcorn, light the lights? Where would Santa leave his gifts for the kiddies on Christmas Eve night? So Moose pulled on his galoshes and put on his hat. He would find a tree somewhere, somehow. And that's all there was to that. So out went the Moose, braving blustery, blowing winds in the cold, trudging through snowdrifts, courageous and bold. Moose first hoofed it down to the corner. Not a tree to be had. Then he slid round the block. Uh-oh. Things were looking bad. He went down every boulevard, street, and little road. He looked down lanes and alleys. Every tree had been sold. There wasn't a branch, not a twig, not even one lousy, bowless bough hanging around. Nope, nada, nothing. Not a tree to be found. No tree, sighed a sad moose as he came home empty-handed that snowy eve. The kids tried to make the best of it. They said, "Oh, so who needs a tree?" But Moose could plainly see that they were short on the glee. He knew he had to do something, and that's just what he did. In the corner he stood and spread his arms out very wide. Stretch your arms. And then he smiled at his children and he winked at his bride. "Kids," he declared, "fetch your forgetful pop, some of that tried and true family glop." I wonder what he's got planned. So back came the kids carrying a big pot of glue, and without a word to one another, they knew just what to do. They each took a part, grabbing strands, taking hold, then carefully, oh so carefully, they glopped and they plopped, they pasted and pressed, they curled and twirled every which way a follicle could fathom until Moose's magnificent moustache was indeed more of a marvel to see. Moose was just a few needles shy of being an evergreen tree. They strung Moose with lights from his head to his toes and draped him with tinsel beginning right with his nose. They hung balls that were shiny and bells that twinkled, candy canes, berries, and plums sugar sprinkled. Then they all stood back. Junior plugged in his pop. Ooh. Ah. Yes, Moose truly was one incredible sight. He was glorious and glowing, and oh boy, was he ever bright. Then Junior placed the star on top of Moose's head. He gave him a kiss and a pat, and they all headed off to bed. Except Moose, of course. He stayed in the corner instead, still twinkling and blinking and waiting for Santa. Oh, so it wasn't so simple, and it wasn't so easy, and okay. It wasn't so perfectly perfect, but you know what? It was pretty close. Ho, ho, ho. And that's the end of Musseltoe, boys and girls. I hope you enjoyed this story, and I hope you have a wonderful Christmas. I hope your tree is ready or getting near ready. And with that, Merry Christmas and Happy New Year from everyone here at Yellowknife Public Library. Bye-bye.
I want to share this story with you. It's called We Wish You a Merry Christmas, a Canadian Carol, written by Helen Baker, illustrated by Werner Zimmerman, and it was published by North Winds Press in 2021. Here we go. We're at the cafe. Let's see what's going to happen. Good tidings to you and all of your kin. We wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Now bring us some figgy pudding. Bring us some figgy pudding. Now bring us some figgy pudding. Please bring some right here. We won't go until we get some. We won't go until we get some. We won't go until we get some. So bring some out here. Do you think they have figgy pudding? Let's see. We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Now bring us some twigs to chew on. Bring us some twigs to chew on. Bring us some twigs to chew on and bring them right here. Who wants the twigs to chew on? That's right, the beavers. We won't go until we get some. We won't go until we get some. We won't go until we get some. So bring some right here. Who's come to the door now? Now bring us some juicy herring. Now bring us some juicy herring. Now bring us some juicy herring. Bring it right here. We won't go until we get some. We won't go until we get some. We won't go until we get some. So bring some right here. Somebody else who came to the door. Let's see what they want. We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. And bring us some crunchy acorns. Bring us some crunchy acorns. And bring us some crunchy acorns. Please bring some right here. We won't go until we get some. We won't go till we get some. We won't go until we get some. So bring some right here. Oh, who's next? Let's see. Is that a moose? I wonder what they want. Let's see. Now bring us some tasty berries. Bring us some tasty berries. Now bring us some tasty berries and bring them right here. We won't go until we get some. We won't go until we get some. We won't go until we get some. So bring some right here. Oh, look who's come now, guys. Oh. Now bring us some stinky pudding. Bring us some stinky pudding. Now bring us some stinky pudding and bring it right here. We won't go until we get some. We won't go until we get some. We won't go until we get some. So bring some right here. We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Oh, the lumberjacks, what do they want? Now bring us some maple donuts. Now bring us some maple donuts. Now bring us some maple donuts and bring some right here. We won't go until we get some. We won't go until we get some. We won't go until we get some. So bring some right here. Oh my word, look at that. Good tidings to you and all of your kin. We wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Ah, and there they are, enjoying what they made for Christmas. On behalf of all of us here at the library, I want to wish you all a very happy holiday season and a very happy new year. I hope you enjoyed our stories. Thank you and take care.